Well, folks, welcome back. This is your host, ID Jester. Thanks for checking out my video, and welcome back to Marvel Heroes 2015 edition. And today we got a special episode. This is one of my favorite heroes to play, Psylocke. I'm going to kind of go through her equipment and powers really quickly because let me tell you, folks, you're in for a show. She is, when you start looking at superheroes and all that, this is kind of what I think a lot of people had the impression that Marvel heroes were going to be like. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at her. So we got all Psylocke equipment here, all been upgraded. Really nice equipment. Wish they would give her, a little bit more critical hit, brutal strike, but not bad at all. You can see even her rank 5 there gives quite a bit of damage rating, and even number 1 doesn't do too bad. I haven't had actually that many items, so we might be able to find a couple bit better items. As far as her legendary goes, we decided to go ahead and put a legendary back on her. At one point she had a bunch of good equipment and legendary, but it was given off to other heroes, and so I actually took this off X23 and gave it to her because I think X23 although good, just I don't have enough equipment to give everyone, so I decided to give it to her. Probably need to replace this to summon allied damage and a little bit of health, but we'll have to see about that. And you can see we have blessings across the board. She's actually got a couple of the unique items here. The Blessed Black Cat's Advanced Grappling Hook, which gives us a nice damage rating and movement powers, and some fighting, critical hit, blah blah blah. Taskmaster fighting for Loser's Guide, which is a good. She's mostly melee, but she does have 2 area powers, so that is a good item for her. And the Blessed Sabretooth Fury Mane, which gives her a nice buff. This was taken off of X23 again. Because she does have a nice bleed power. And then the Blast Armor M26 Ultra Reality Grenade, because she is mental and physical. Bonebreaker U-Forged, Mental Industrial Siglet there, Great Ultron Pet, Insignia of Pittori Rasputin. When we hit with any power, you and your allies gain damage rating to melee powers and defenses, and it's got a nice critical damage and brutal damage buff on there. I do need to get her grade 1 to 4 straightened out a little bit when I get a little bit more time. Damage reduction is really, really low, 32%. Damage is 2757, rate about in the middle of what I've seen so far. But don't let these numbers fool you, folks. As far as her actual stats, fighting 17, strength 12, energy 16, because like I said, she is mental and physical. The reason I went with that, mental and physical, is to get the proc off of the Blessed Armor Ultra Reality Grenade, and I'm thinking about actually giving her a power dupe so we can get that proc going as well. So you can see when we hit with the physical power, we're going to get to 862 brutal strike rating, and when we hit with the mental power, we're going to get 685 crit rating to area powers. So a lot of what she does is going to be area, melee. Here's an area ranged, and movement, and that's important when we look at her powers. So here's what she's got going on. She's got this bar down here. The psychic barrier absorbs 100% of incoming damage. That is why you can kind of ignore this damage rating of 32%. She has this bar that absorbs a lot of damage that comes in. Regenerates while attacking enemies or when out of combat for 3 seconds. So you attack, you generate a bunch of this up. It prevents a lot of damage incoming on you. Okay, so what do we talk about first? She's got a lot going on in her thing. She's got psi combat, she's got ninja assassin, she's got telepathy. Basically, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be activating our Shadow Dash power, and we're hoping to go into stealth actually, because one of her powers here, the Assassinate power, will do 100% extra damage while stealth or invisible or within 2 seconds of breaking stealth. Psylocke's claim to fame is she is the most mobile character in the game. She's the quickest character in the game. She is incredible, yeah, incredibly awesome. You're in for a real show when you're watching her. As far as speed, it's kind of a tie between her and Silver Surfer, is about who's the fastest. But I think that all of her powers combined. Anyways, when she does this, what's going to end up happening with the psychic projection? She's going to create a shadow image of herself, and those images are going to decoy some of our powers. The Shadow Dash, which is this one, the Katana Typhoon, which is this one over here, and the important thing with this one is it does not break stealth. So we can go into stealth if we do not hit an enemy while we dash. So we try not to hit an enemy, we dash forward, and then we can use our Katana Typhoon with all of our projections. And then after that, we follow that up with a little assassination because we'll still be stealth or invisible. And then we're going to go into our last Buffy power, which is a Katana Typhoon. I'm sorry, the Falling Lotus style there. So not only is she doing damage, but all of her projections will do damage. I believe she can have 2 or 3, maximum of 3 projections. So we're going to dash, 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 get 3 projections out there, hopefully not hit anybody while we're dashing around. And then we're going to activate our Katana Typhoon, our Assassinate, and of course our Falling Lotus style. In between all of this, we're going to try and drop down a Psychic Assault, which will do some nice damage for a little while to our enemies. And then we have our signature power, which is the Ethereal Butterflies. It's okay power. It doesn't kind of really fit in her actual build here. Now maybe it fits in what her character does with everything. She does have a big area effect for her ultimate power. Does some good damage to those enemies, and it generates a psychic barrier, 25%. You get a nice damage rating boost, and it lasts for 20 seconds. As far as our Omega system, we're going to go through this kind of fast so we can get to the show, folks. I'm telling you, it is amazing to watch her. We got a couple points in the advanced Mandroid armor. Of course, we're trying to get as much warpath as we can out of her, some melee attack with frenzy. We do have to separate our powers around our Mega system. We didn't actually put any points in Spin Tech because we just ran out of points. Because we had to go down here for the 10 there, we would go over here for 7 Spirit there. And that's pretty much it. Hero synergies, we're using Cable, Doctor Strange, Ghost Rider, Human Torch, Jean Grey, Nightcrawler, Psylocke, Squirrel Girl, War Machine, and Wolverine. Alright, so as I mentioned, we are going to be teleporting everywhere. Look how fast it is. I mean, it's just amazingly good. Amazingly good. If you have not seen her in action, hold on to your hats, because that is how fast she goes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get a bunch of projections around, and then we're going to activate our first thing we're going to try to do is activate our Lotus Strikes, because that'll get them all in the same area. And then we're going to use our Katana Strike. So 1, 2, 3. They'll all go to the same area, and then we'll activate that. In between that, like I said, we're going to throw down a couple of our Psychic Barriers, and our signature power here, which comes out as little butterflies and just randomly attacks people around. And then hopefully every once in a while when we are stealthy, we're going to assassinate and do some major damage. So we're going to zoom around, get a bunch of sometimes you'll actually see me like in the middle of combat with a group. I'll actually teleport out and then come back because I want the stealth. So I can assassinate if happens, if I can get a good opportunity to assassinate. Drop a Psychic Barrier there, and she basically, you don't even going to see her because she's so fast getting around. So hopefully you'll try to be able to keep up with with what she's doing on the screen. But with her quick movement and everything, it's hard to see. You can see, I really can't even see how much damage she's doing because we are going so fast. There we go. Another one bites the dust. Get all these guys for our Midtown Patrol shared quest here. Be able to get around so quickly. Let's hit. There we go. Bye. See it. And we can literally get all the way across the map so quickly. It's just so... It's like unfair how quick she is. All the other heroes are looking at her like, wow, I wish we could do that. So, you know, like I said, I tried to get a couple of our shadow images and then use our falling lotus, which brings them all into one area. And then, once they're all in one area, then I activate our Katana Typhoon. So, do like this, and then you notice how they all kind of go into the same area, and then we use the Katana Typhoon. You do need to keep teleporting because otherwise your little images only last for a few seconds. So, but you can see when I get them all in one area and we use this Katana Typhoon, we're going to be doing 80 to 120,000 for ourselves, and then all of our, you know, all of our images, projections. Okay, so we got some bosses. Let's go after some bosses. Let's go ahead and activate our ultimate power so you guys can see that. Hopefully you guys are able to watch and see all this action going on. Out, in and back in. Out, back in. And we are like taking hardly any damage, I think, just because we're able to dive in and dive out so quick out of combat. They just have to hope and pray they can get a hold of us. It does take a little while to get used to all of her quick movement. You do not have to play her this quick, of course. You can obviously play her much slower than this, but one of her strengths is the ability to be able to get around so quickly. You should use that to your advantage. And we just wiped out a whole group of guys. And our normal attack here is 5 thrusts, and actually every time we activate that, she lunges towards them and does some nice damage as well. So that keeps us really on top of enemies. We don't have to worry about missing any of our attacks. In fact, we were so fast I have to actually stop teleporting so I can get the globes and stuff, because sometimes it's hard to actually get all the globes. And you see, we just took that guy out. Took that guy out just so quickly. Out of combat so we get stealth, and then get back into combat. Out of combat, go back in for some assassinate. And I think, you know, like I said, it's just hard to see all the numbers because we were flashing so fast. But hopefully we're doing lots of damage. It seems like we are, just because I can see how quick the enemies are just dying. Just literally just falling apart around us. So we do have a lot of points in actually our dash forward power. Oh, we need to get that eternity splitter. Where are you, Mr. Eternity Splitter? Whoa, you're way back there. Fortunately, I don't have to run back there. We can just teleport all the way back there. Where are you? Way over in the corner, huh? As far as spirit goes, I really haven't had any spirit issues. She's only got 17,000 health, which doesn't seem like a lot, but remember, she's got this nice psychic barrier that will prevent damage from coming in, so we want to keep that as energized as we can, not take a lot of damage. See our stealth there. She can place down these auras as quick as I can get around the battlefield too, which is just another advantage. Just her movement gives you total sense that you are playing a really good superhero. Get out, come back in with some more projections there. Just stop to actually get my orbs here. Fortunately, well, you can try and teleport away. It's not going to help you, dude. It's not going to help you at all. Yeah, some of her movements sometimes is so fast it's hard for me, being the controller of her, to see where the heck she's at. Because you are constantly darting around the battlefield. Get that area effect out every once in a while, as soon as I can. And we can, like, just crank up the damage on these guys. Just, you know, we got 1,000 enemies we need to kill. Oh, it looks like we killed 1,000 already. We just need to get some civilians. Let's go get some civilians. Shouldn't take us very long to find any, fast as we are. We need to complete that before the next bosses show up. Come on, civilians, where the heck are you? Come on. My gosh, I've been all over the map. Where are they? Oh, that was a lot of damage. I had to stop and do damage there. There's no doubt in my mind I had to do that. Talk about, you know, when we looked at different heroes, we talked about, okay, got that completed. We need 2 more civilians still, actually. Two more. Is this, that is a civilian. Let's see if we can rescue that guy. Hello. You. Thank you. Alright, one more. We can complete the thing for the day. Again. Oh, there's one. Excellent. That should finish it for us. Good. Now we can restart 1,000 citizens. She's really good at taking out like one target. If I can just focus in on one target, I can just literally take that person out so quick. Groups of enemies, you know, are a little bit more harder because have to really get our. We want to get our target. Oh, there's one. Let's start working on getting some of these guys.
Thanks for the warm-up.
We'll work on this big bug there. See, he didn't last very long, did he? Alright, we got some more bosses. Let's go after the bosses. She's a super teleporter, which is just so cool. Look how much damage it already did to him. We're the only hero here right now. His health is oh, that's not him. Here he is over here. It's about a quarter of the way down already. I was over 1 million on that execute shot. As far as our spirit goes, I think I had my finger on the wrong button. No wonder I was doing this. I was 1,000,003 on that execute. And I could do more damage if I could just be stealthier with it. He's dead. She's the queen of 1,000 cuts, you know, just doing attack after attack after attack. Just lots of little slashy damage. I think I picked up something there. What was it? Oh, give me an area here. Let's go stealthy. Come back, execute. Wow, it wasn't off cooldown, huh? Alright, now we'll execute. Oh, it didn't give me a... Just... There's 1,000,005 on it. Go ahead and rescue some of these civilians over here. She can be very hard to play because she is so fast. So, it does take a little bit of practice, but boy did I fall in love with her when she first came out. Man, oh man. I love fast heroes, you know that. I love heroes that can teleport, get around the battlefield really quickly. Well, as you can see, she is the queen of that.
Too little, too late.
She is the queen of that. I love stealthy, you know, invisible stealth. Let's see if we can get a nice execute here. Nope, not that time.
Come already. Too bad.
Yeah, we're doing a good 200, 300,000, 400,000 pretty regularly on just our normal, everyday, just jumping around attacks. We only have a couple that do some big damage. But she's not meant to do a lot of major damage strikes like, you know, some of the other heroes out there. I mean, you just see there just flashes of all kinds of stuff going on here. Oh, do not pick that up. What are you doing? Executed him, but I didn't get a... let's see if we can actually stop for a second and see if we can get some more help in our group. Hey, joined. Alright. Went by this guy so fast I didn't even see him. Or her. Whoever that is. Graphics and sound-wise is just awesome. I mean, if just a little echo reverberation they have going on when you dart forward is just spot on. Some heroes, you know, that we've been talking about recently, some of the other reviews haven't been too enjoyable with either their You see, I haven't even had a chance to really watch our little bar down there at the bottom, but I think we're doing pretty good resisting damage with our, keep our bar nice and full there. I think we only had to maybe do one health kit.
You never had a
Where are
chance.
you? Okay, there you are. Let's go ahead and activate our ultimate power again. While there's no other,
Quite inadequate.
there's no other bosses here, or no other heroes, so we can see how much damage we're doing here. Just lots of nice damage.
Now for something that fights back.
I need to remember to use that aura, that area of effect once in a while, because I just get so involved in just jumping around and teleporting that I forget to activate it. Grab this. There we go. And her signature power, actually, I tend to forget to actually activate that, which is a little weird, because you always want to activate your signature power, or you should want to anyways. But I guess her signature power falls right in line with what she does well, and that is a million little cuts to enemies that do good damage and just makes them... You know, our stats aren't showing all the damage we're doing because of all the hidden effects we have going on here. Stop, stop, stop. There we go. Kept running into a dude, and then if you do that, you're not stealthy. So we needed to. That's why a lot of times if I'm fighting somebody, I'll just dart out, dart, and then dart back in. So that's why you see that going on a lot. It is quite a show, though. You can see. Come on, dude. Get out of there. She's a lot of fun to play if you enjoy a fast hero. It's just the only issue I can say about that is it does take some time to get used to how fast she can move around and keep a track of when to activate certain powers, so she can be a little challenging. Where'd you go, big cat? I had to go kill that other guy. I could just literally just not do anything fancy and just stand here and attack her if I wanted. Okay, let's try and execute her here. Ah, she died first. Damn it. Let's see if we can get a nice execute out. Oh, we did. We got one, but unfortunately didn't critical hit there. Not very good damage. Let's see if we can get a better roll than that. Okay, we're down to, we've already killed, we needed 1,000, we've killed 530 already. In just like that few minutes we were fighting since I got the last reward. So that gives you an idea of how fast she can get around. You don't have to really look too hard, wait too long to get a bunch of enemies. Just stop jumping around so I can... chill out, chill out. She's so fast. Alright, where are we going? This way? What do we got? Bosses again?
You don't scare me.
Oh, I'm gonna actually have to sit up in my chair for this. So she's a great hero to really, if you want to like farm some of the, cosmic terminals to try and get some items from some of the bosses. She's a great, awesome hero to use for that, obviously, because she can get through these maps so quick. And then when she gets to the final boss, she can still do enough damage that let's get some little dudes. And down you go. Oh, one more. Sometimes it's hard to actually see the damage numbers because we're flashing through them so fast. There's a million crits. I didn't see. I'm sure we've had plenty of them as we've gone. I just haven't had the chance to really watch them. Unlike some of the other heroes, her numbers pop up so fast.
All the king's horses and
We just need more heroes or more enemies to kill. All right, well that's a look at Psylocke here in Marvel Heroes. It's a heck of a show to watch her in action, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. She's a fast as hell hero, powerful enough to just stay in the fight and just keep going. I haven't had to worry about spirit one bit, and we're not using any basic attack or anything. We're just going to town with her. That's all there is to it. Alright. Psylocke. Definitely, if you love fast heroes that can do some pretty good damage and be able to go crazy and have some fun. She's one of my favorites. She's maybe not the most powerful hero in the game, but man, she is powerful enough or fun enough to play, then enjoy. So thanks for watching. See you guys next time.